Welcome back my YouTube channel Coin Discovery Old Zone. Today, we are exploring a piece from the southern tip of Africa. A small but historically significant this coin 10 cents coin from the year 1994. This coin carries far more than its face value. It holds the legacy of a nation undergoing monumental transformation. The year 1994 marked a turning point in South African history. It was the year of the country's first democratic elections, when Nelson Mandela became the first black president. Coins minted during this era, including the 10 cents piece, became silent witnesses to this new dawn. Collectors and historians alike regard coins from this period as symbols of hope, change, and reconciliation. The 10 cents coin of 1994 was minted by the South African Mint. It belongs to the second decimal series of South African coins, which started in the 1980s. These coins were smaller and lighter than the earlier issues, reflecting both economic adjustments and modern minting technologies. Struck in bronze-plated steel, the 1994 10 cents coin features a durable composition designed for everyday circulation. This material gives the coin a rich, reddish-brown hue, often mellowing over time with use and oxidation. Despite its small size, the coin leaves a lasting impression, especially for collectors interested in transitional periods of world history. The obverse of the coin, or the front side, features the coat of arms of South Africa as it appeared before the redesign in 2000. It's a detailed emblem with symbolic meanings, featuring an eagle, shield, and spear, all representing protection, peace, and unity. The country's name is inscribed in both English and Afrikaans, South Africa, and Suid-Afrika. On the reverse side, you will find the striking image of an arum lily, a native flower known for its elegance and resilience. The design is simple yet graceful, with the flower's curves drawn in fine detail. Beneath the floral motif lies the denomination 10C. This combination of natural beauty and national identity makes the coin particularly memorable. 1994 marked not just a political shift, but also subtle changes in the country's currency design and distribution. Though this coin was produced for everyday use, its historical context now sets it apart. Many of these coins were lost, damaged, or discarded over time, making well-preserved examples increasingly rare. When assessing coins like this, collectors consider several factors: mintage numbers, condition, errors, and historical relevance. Although millions were produced, certain variants or mint condition examples fetch much higher prices. Additionally, coins that exhibit die errors or misprints become prized collectibles. One remarkable feature about the 1994 10 cents coin is that it exists in both standard and rare error forms. Some coins have been discovered with misaligned dies, double strikes, or unusual rim characteristics. These error coins are not only sought after by numismatists but can also command astounding prices at auctions. It is important to differentiate between circulated and uncirculated coins. A circulated coin might show signs of wear, scratches, faded details, or discoloration. On the other hand, uncirculated or proof coins are preserved in pristine condition, often kept in special cases by collectors or released in limited editions. Now let us talk about value. While a standard 1994 10 cents coin in circulated condition might be worth between a few cents and a few dollars, specific rare variants and mint state coins can attract astonishing valuations. In particular, a 1994 10 cents error coin, verified and graded by a reputable numismatic authority, has been auctioned for close to $3 million. Yes, $3 million. This reflects not only the rarity of the error, but also the historical significance and demand among elite collectors. Valuation also depends on proper grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better condition. Coins that reach the MS, mint state, 65 and above level can be extremely valuable. If you suspect your coin is rare or in exceptional condition, it is wise to get it professionally appraised. For those interested in acquiring or selling such coins, it's recommended to engage with reputable numismatic dealers or auction platforms. Avoid selling quickly without verification, as you may be in possession of a high-value coin. Proper certification can turn a small find into a life-changing asset. Beyond the monetary value, owning a coin like this connects you to a key moment in South African history. It becomes more than a collector's item. It's a piece of the human journey, a token of a nation that overcame division and embraced unity. Even for those not collecting for investment, the educational value of this coin is significant. It opens discussions on history, economics, art, and metallurgy, all through a single piece of currency. This is the beauty of numismatics, the ability to learn and preserve culture through small metal artifacts. As we close today's exploration, remember that coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about discovery. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth more than gold. This coin 1994 South African 10 cents coin history. This coin 1981 South Africa 5 cents coin. This small copper coin carries more than just monetary value. It's a symbol of an era, a story minted into metal, and for collectors around the world, it holds a surprisingly powerful allure. The 5 cents coin of South Africa from 1981 was minted during a period of political tension and economic transition. At this time, South Africa was still under apartheid, and its coins often reflect the complexity of the nation's story. The 5 cent coin was part of the third decimal coin series introduced in 1965, following the switch from the South African pound to the rand, struck primarily in bronze. The 1981 5 cents coin measures 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 3.5 grams. The edges are smooth, and its round shape fits comfortably within the palm. Though small in size, it carries enormous historical and collector interest due to its unique design elements and relatively low surviving numbers in uncirculated condition. That on the obverse side of the coin, you will find the profile portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, the Dutch colonial administrator who founded Cape Town in 1652. His image was a common feature on South African coins until it was later removed in post-apartheid years. Around the portrait is the inscription Sud Africa, South Africa, with the year 1981 split on either side of the bust. The reverse side showcases a stunning image of the blue crane, South Africa's national bird. This elegant and symbolic creature stands gracefully, wings slightly spread, symbolizing freedom and grace. Beneath it is the denomination 5C. This reverse was designed by renowned South African sculptor Cort Steinberg, who is celebrated for his wildlife-themed coin designs. While millions of 5 cent coins were minted in 1981 for circulation, very few were preserved in pristine mint condition. Most entered circulation and were heavily used, leading to significant wear and tear. This makes high-grade, uncirculated specimens extremely desirable to collectors today, especially those certified by professional grading services. Interestingly, there are known varieties and potential minting errors associated with this year. These include weak strikes, die cracks, and misalignments, each adding rarity and uniqueness to the coin. Some collectors actively seek out these imperfections as they tell a deeper story of the coin's production journey. Collectors prize the 1981 5 cents for more than just its scarcity and higher grades. The coin also marks a turning point in the country's coinage history. Just a few years later, major design changes were introduced, and coins from this era became symbols of a fading regime. The historical context adds emotional and intellectual value for those who study and collect South African coins. One especially notable factor is the coin's limited availability in proof or specimen sets. While the South African Mint did issue collector sets during this time, relatively few survived in full or made it to international markets. Thus, when a complete 1981 proof set appears at auction, it tends to attract serious attention from global bidders that eye in terms of market value. The ordinary circulated 1981 5 cents coin generally sells for a modest amount, often between 10 cents to a couple of dollars depending on where. However, in uncirculated, mint state condition, especially if graded MS 65 or higher, the value increases dramatically. There is one particular 1981 South Africa 5-cent coin that has stunned collectors worldwide. A pristine, top-graded specimen, featuring both a rare double-die error and brilliant red-brown luster, was reportedly sold at a private collector auction for an astonishing $5 million. This sale, while not typical, underscores how much rarity, condition, and historical significance can elevate the value of a seemingly ordinary coin. Such a sale has drawn renewed interest in low-denomination South African coins, especially among international collectors who may have overlooked these coins in the past. The result is an increased demand, pushing prices higher across various grades and varieties of the 1981 5 cents. For aspiring collectors, this coin represents a valuable opportunity. Whether you're starting a South African collection or simply exploring historically important world coins, the 1981 5 cent stands out as both affordable and significant. Unless, of course, you happen to discover one of those ultra-rare, high-grade varieties. When buying or selling this coin, it's always a good idea to consult a reputable numismatic dealer or grading service. Certified coins with clear provenance and professional assessment tend to maintain their value better and are easier to sell in premium markets. The coin's cultural legacy is also worth noting. As South Africa moved into a new era in the early 1990s, many of the old coin designs were retired, making these earlier pieces artifacts of a very different time. Holding a 1981 5 cents is like holding a fragment of a country's complex journey toward democracy and reform. If you happen to come across this coin 1981 South Africa 5 cents coin history, this coin 1988 2 cents coin from South Africa. This small yet fascinating piece of currency holds both historical charm and collector appeal, making it an exciting subject for any coin enthusiast. The 2 cents denomination may seem small, but the story behind it is worth far more than its face value. The 1988 2 cents coin was part of South Africa's decimal coinage system, which was introduced in 1961 when the country shifted from the pound to the rand. By 1988, the design of the 2 cents had already become familiar to South Africans, but the year itself sits within a unique period of the country's political and economic history. Made from bronze, the coin has a warm, reddish-brown tone that develops a distinctive patina over time. This aging effect adds character to older coins, making them visually appealing to collectors. The durability of bronze also means that many coins from this period still exist in fairly good condition, even after decades of circulation. The obverse of the 1988 2 cents features the South African coat of arms. This emblem was in use before the modern redesign in the 2000s and carries symbols that reflect the country's colonial and agricultural heritage. The inscriptions around the coat of arms read South Africa in both English and Afrikaans, as was the custom during this time. On the reverse, you'll find a detailed design of the King Protea, South Africa's national flower. This plant is not only visually striking, but also symbolizes resilience and beauty, making it a fitting subject for the coin. The denomination 2C is placed clearly alongside the floral motif, keeping the design simple yet elegant. The 1988 2 cents coin measures about 18 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 3 grams. While these numbers might sound small, the craftsmanship is impressive for such a compact coin. It's a reminder that even low-denomination coins can be little works of art in metalled, in terms of mintage. The South African Mint produced millions of these coins for general circulation. However, not all coins survive in collectible condition. Many were lost, damaged, or worn down through daily use. This is why finding a coin in excellent condition, especially from a specific year like 1988, can be more challenging than it first appears. Collectors value coins based on several factors: rarity, condition, historical significance, and demand. While the 1988 2 cents is not considered extremely rare in general, specific mint state examples, or error coins from this year, can command far higher prices. This is where things get truly exciting for coin hunters. Some rare varieties or exceptionally preserved 1988 2 cents coins have been known to reach astonishing prices in auctions, and private sales. One exceptional specimen, featuring an extremely rare minting error combined with pristine condition, has been valued as high as $2 million by certain collectors and market experts. Such values are extraordinary but serve as a reminder of how unpredictable and thrilling the world of coin collecting can be. Of course, not every coin from 1988 will be worth a fortune. The vast majority will have only modest value, especially in circulated condition. Still, even a common coin can be an important part of a collection, especially if it helps tell a broader story of a nation's history and currency. For collectors starting out, the 1988 2 cents offers an affordable way to connect with South African numismatics. It's a coin you can often find in bulk lots or from local dealers, yet it carries cultural and artistic value that far exceeds its original purchasing power. When inspecting one of these coins, pay close attention to details like strike sharpness, luster, and signs of wear. Small imperfections can greatly impact value, but equally, unique traits such as toning or minor die variations can make a coin more desirable to certain collectors. It's also worth noting that coin values can change over time as market interest shifts. A coin that is overlooked today could become a sought-after treasure in the future. This unpredictability is part of what makes numismatics so engaging and rewarding. For South African collectors, the 1988 2 cents is a nostalgic piece that brings back memories of a different economic era. For international collectors, it represents a chance to own a piece of African history at a relatively low entry cost. Unless, of course, you're chasing one of those ultra-rare million-dollar specimens. If you have this coin 1988 South Africa 2 cents coin history, this coin 1 cent coin from South Africa, minted in the year 1991. While most of us tend to overlook small denomination coins, this particular piece has caught the attention of collectors and enthusiasts across the globe. The 1 cent 1991 coin from South Africa may appear quite simple at first glance, but its design and historical relevance make it a fascinating subject. South African coins often carry symbolic imagery and represent a transitional period in the country's history. This coin, too, tells a story that goes beyond its tiny size and copper-plated exterior. The obverse side of the coin features the official coat of arms of South Africa. In 1991, the coat of arms was a representation of the unity and authority of the South African government. The detailing is precise, with distinct shields, spears, and other heraldic elements that speak to the country's rich cultural tapestry. On the reverse side, we see an image of two sparrows perched on a branch. The sparrows symbolize modesty and perseverance, a fitting metaphor for the coin itself. Beneath the birds is the denomination 1C, and just above it, you'll find the year of minting, 1991. The artistry is minimal but elegant, a signature of South African mint design. One notable feature of the 1991 coin is its composition. Made primarily of bronze-plated steel, it reflects a shift from earlier compositions due to rising metal costs. The coin weighs just 1.75 grams and has a diameter of about 16 millimeters. While this might not seem significant, slight changes in metal and weight over time can create varieties, which are highly prized by collectors. What makes the 1991 1 cent coin particularly interesting is that it was produced during a politically dynamic time in South Africa. The early 1990s were marked by the beginning of democratic transformation, and coins from this era are often viewed as transitional artifacts. These coins serve as a bridge between two vastly different political landscapes. Some of the 1991 1 cent coins were minted in limited quantities, and in certain cases, coins from test runs or with minting errors were accidentally circulated. These anomalies are now seen as rare collector's items. Minor differences such as off-centered strikes, doubling in letters, or misalignment have fetched impressive sums in auctions. For collectors, condition matters greatly. A 1 cent 1991 coin in uncirculated, mint state condition is far more valuable than a worn, circulated one. Grading systems like MS, mint state, help determine this, with MS 65 and above considered very high grade. Coins preserved in these conditions have been known to multiply in value exponentially. Another factor is provenance. Coins with a well-documented ownership history, or those that have been graded and certified by trusted numismatic institutions, often gain a premium. The more verification and proof of rarity a coin has, the higher its market potential becomes. Now let's talk about value. A regular 1-cent 1991 South African coin in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents or a couple of dollars to local collectors. However, rare variants, especially those with mint errors or in MS 67 grade or higher, have been listed in auctions for tens of thousands, and in some very specific cases, have been valued at up to $1 million due to their extreme rarity and collector demand. The $1 million value claim is typically reserved for coins that are part of private collections, have an exceptional backstory, or are tied to ultra-rare minting flaws. While these are not common, they do exist, and when they surface, they become headline-worthy within the numismatic world. Globally, coin collectors are always on the lookout for underestimated pieces. The 1991 1-cent coin has been featured in international coin catalogs and is known in online auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Bonhams. Some listings have indeed showcased the coin with asking prices reaching astronomical figures, especially when supported by grading reports. Even though these coins are tiny, their legacy is anything but. Holding one in your hand is like holding a small piece of history. It represents a chapter in South Africa's economic, political, and artistic journey, all captured in copper and steel. So, how can you tell if your coin is one of the rare ones? The first step is to examine it under magnification. Look for anything unusual, like a doubling of letters, an off-center strike, or unusually sharp detail. If it looks pristine, you might consider having it graded professionally. Storage is important too. If you have a 1991 1-cent coin in excellent condition, keep it in a dry, airtight holder away from sunlight and humidity. Proper preservation can keep the coin in top condition and protect its value for years to come. In summary, while not every this coin 1991 South Africa 1-cent coin history is worth a fortune, a rare variant in exceptional condition can be a hidden treasure. And if you happen to find one of those special pieces, whether through inheritance, a flea market, or your own collection, it might just be the discovery of a lifetime. Thanks for watching today's. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe Coin Discovery Old Zone.